pyramids and replacing humans and fracking soils while bulldozing forests. But they can't defeat us, they could not destroy us.
Are we dreaming the same dream of money, guns, and gasoline?
For the average team, CFOs are after cream. GMOs extracting genes with everyone on my TPS.
I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Eagles going up against the Seahawks. With that, let's get you up to Seattle. We're standing by are our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Seattle Seahawks. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And they give this time to the tailback. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play action. Winston. Left side, caught by Matthews. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the defense definitely showing blitz here. A handoff as they run the counter play. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Jameis to throw it. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And it's third down. On third down, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Fielded at the 20. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
To throw is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Benny Logan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on second down. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
Now Wilson. It's complete to Brown, right side. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And they'll go on the ground. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Spinning past him. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
3rd and short yardage. Winston. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Second down, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
3rd and long for Winston. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And now a first down following that long gain.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, He's got plenty of arm to do it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And Matthews has got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Matthews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 76 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And out and out come the Eagles. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. Ertz over the middle. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you? A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Able to shift, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Everson Griffin able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Taken from just outside the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now a handoff as they run left side. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Brown, the lone receiver, left. On first down, Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Red zone opportunity. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Corey Brown, and it's 4th and 4.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Though they held them to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at them. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here's the option going right. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
When big plays occur, offensive coordinators can do one of two things. They can come right back to the same play, saying, defense, you've seen it, but you can't stop it. Or they file it away and bring it out later when they think they need it.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
Play fake. Winston. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now it's Wilson. Over the middle here. Brown. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
First down, Winston. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Fourth-round guy, and many thought that's about where he would go, but I think he's got some upside, right?
He'd come right in and be what they call a core special teams player, play on all 4 phases of it, and have a chance to work his way into the lineup. I think a year or 2 down the road, they could have a solid starter.
Really, it's a solid draft class from a year ago. They were able to address some key weak spots on their team and fill in some holes.
And they were able to identify the players they wanted early in the process. Got a little bit of luck, as some guys may have fallen to them, but for the most part, knew their philosophy and stuck to it.
Jameis now on first down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Winston now. His throw caught right around the 6. A good pickup there, a 22.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
Offense.
Defense showing blitz. Jameis to throw it. Looking to hit Matthews, but it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl quarterback, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
And some room to roam now. There he goes left side. The 40. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. Here's Hauschka for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Hard enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it?
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. And he'll give it here to his running back. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Play action. It's Wilson. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
There's Wilson to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive. Go after it.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down. Just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So we've reached the... Jeez, I don't even want to let their guys get a drink of water. All right, 3rd quarter, let's get to it. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. We focus our attention now on the Eagles' defense. They're losing here as we begin the 3rd quarter, trying to stop this from being a bigger deficit.
I used to play for a coach who always talked about getting the other team's attention. And in this case, they want to let them know that you're going to do the dictating from here on out, not the other way around.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. cut to the right and some open field here. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
Now Wilson, and he's got it. So the try for two successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a two-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for two now while their heads are down.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They come up in an offset eye. Following the interception, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Ryan Allen now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They go play action with Wilson. Over the middle, it's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
He's going to float this one deep right side, and that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
This is taken at the 18. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return, and the Eagles take possession. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now they try the right side here. And some space here. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Give him 22 on that one. And that leads to a Philadelphia first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. A first down throw for Winston. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
He filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now a second down throw for Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. On third down, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. On first and 10, it's Wilson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Again on second and 10, it's Wilson. Out to the right here to Wilson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
This is taken at about the 14. 31 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Simple slant route and part of a really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
Now Jameis on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they've managed to get it done.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he connects with Ertz. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line to give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. A second down throw for Winston. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles get a score closer. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Eagles defense. They work their way back onto the field. They're trailing on the scoreboard. Now, they had to watch that last drive, then they come out here. Defensively, when you played, did you like being out there defensively to start the second half or wait to drive?
I wanted to be out there right away. Come out of the locker room, get right back into the flow of the game, because sometimes when you sat around, you liked it when your offense gave you a long drive, but it made it a little bit tougher to get out on the field.
Well, it's the second drive here. We'll see how they respond.
Still first down.
They run the counter now on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
Now Wilson on second down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Third and long. It's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle defense getting set to go. They've had a couple passing touchdowns against them in this game, and that last drive they really got picked apart.
They've got to figure out how to tighten things up because no matter what they've done, whatever adjustments they've made, offense has been a step ahead of them. So they've got to figure it out. Usually, a sack of the quarterback can help change the momentum.
Maybe bring some pressure.
I think maybe a little bit of pressure would help them greatly.
So a big roughing the passer penalty, Charles, and of course that's 15 yards.
And everyone knows how protected the quarterbacks are. You've got to make sure that when you launch at the quarterback, that you're hitting him in the right spot and in the right time.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. Shift together here from the D-line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Second down, Winston. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
And he hits his man, Matthews. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible. The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football.
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He finds Matthews. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Jameis again. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Third and short yardage. Winston. And now another one thrown incomplete. indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. Left side caught by Matthews. It's a 4-yard pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there, making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it. I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. A 2nd down throw for Winston. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And now it's 4th down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over,
You didn't turn it over. Right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover and wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Jameis to throw it. Ertz over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Here's Winston. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Winston now from the 50. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency. You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away, and that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. 7 yards on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
And this is a spot where you have your offense stay out there to get those few inches. It's too long for a field goal. It's not worth punting. So this is the right decision as far as I'm concerned, and they wind up picking up the 1st down.
Jameis now on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us a...
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. With touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And he knocks it through. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end that feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. And they're going to speed things up here. A 1st down throw for Winston. Surveying the field. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Finding time. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
He's got time. He's going to let it fly. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
He's got time in the pocket. Now, and this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be brought. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the maybe the 28-yard line. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Defense.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, second down.